Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this logo last week, and I was pretty sure I explained how I know they want. So then this morning they sent me this is what they want to do. It's basically a mountain range, and if the mountain range doesn't, uh, doesn't really matter if this one's okay, then you could find this probably on the internet as a clip art. But instead of going through this logo again, we're going to go with this one and just see if we can't. Now, I'm making it smaller on purpose. And because I don't need all the other stuff, I'm going to crop it out. So make sure your item is selected, because if you don't select it when you crop, the other logo will go away. And just get in here and, make sure you get it all. You can go over a little bit, doesn't really matter, and then crop it. And we have that. Now, I haven't tried this, but let's go to select it and go to Trace Bitmap, Outline Trace, Clip Art, which I use 99% of the time. And there it is. And I think it's going to be perfect. And if we look at this, it's a bitmap. I'm going to go to Object, Group, and ungroup it. And then I'm going to get this right here. I'm going to move it out of the way. There's your mountain range. And if you make it black, you'll see it. You could even change it up. If you don't like that, it's a pretty good smooth. It's going to have some jagged edges. And because she's cutting it out, I would maybe take the smoothing tool, set on something a little like a quarter of an inch. Wow, that's still big. Because we made I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's make the logo for the mountain range bigger, back to normal. And this, you could do any size you want. If we left click and right click a hairline, then this will cut out. Since you're cutting it out, I would take a little bit of the sharpness out. We don't want to take out too much, because then it won't look so natural. But especially on these peaks, just take out some of the nodes and make it, and I'd actually alter it a little bit since it's yours and you're going to be doing it. Grab the shape tool and just grab one of these nodes and make it longer. Then get back to, you don't have to use the smoothing tool. You could select the nodes and take away nodes. And then, you've got it into a hairline that's going to cut. Now, one thing I would kind of do if I was going to do it myself, I would maybe, let's say it's you're going to put it on a plaque like this and you got the other wordage, and I would make it the appropriate size. So you could cut this out, let's get rid of all this other stuff. Cut this out on your laser, that shape, and you'll have that, fragile piece of wood. And then you could paint it. And I do a lot of painting of parts, lay down some wax paper. I would prime it. I do a lot of painting, and priming will kind of like seal the wood and make it last longer. And it actually help, because you're going to have some burnt edges, and then, spray it from both directions, like spray it that away and get this edge. And then let that dry and then prime it. Then paint it whatever color you want, especially if you're doing white, like a snow cap. The wood, I would use probably an 1/8 inch plywood on this, make it a little bit stronger. But let's say now you're going to bring in your plaque. You've got this piece cut out and you want it about right there. What I would suggest doing, put this in your top left corner of your laser, and get that mountain range where you want it. That's probably a little bit big. We'll make our map. Well, I stretched the logo out, which wouldn't really hurt. Let's say that's where you want it. I would vector cut this line on your flat piece of wood, like at 100 power and 75 speed. And it's going to mark your line. Then, so you've got that look. Let me grab this and make a duplicate of it. it will help you center that. And then let's say you're going to take your, let's just make it black. Take away the outline, just so it'll show. And then when you glue it in there, you've got some reference points. You won't be able to really see the line. It's when you're gluing and you don't have any guidance, you've got it so many inches from this side, so many inches from that side. That way it's going to be centered and should look perfect. You won't be able to see the line. It'll really make it pop out. Anyway, I hope that helped her a little bit. Thank you for watching.